What up, world? Welcome to another episode of BrandonJaneauShow. As you know, I am BrandonJaneau, and like always on all podcast platforms everywhere. BrandonJaneauShow. Social media, Instagram threads, real BrandonJaneauShow. That's real, REAL, BrandonJaneauShow. Uh, all that's in lowercase, real BrandonJaneauShow. Instagram and threads, Facebook, the BrandonJaneauShow. And TikTok, BrandonJaneauShow. Go follow me on all those social media platforms. I would appreciate it if you did. Really, where you go is the YouTube channel, man. BrandonJaneauShow YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Helps an algorithm if you do. Getting close, man. Getting close to 250 on YouTube. So, yeah. Like I said, this week is going to be nuts. Excuse me. Did 2 episodes last night. Hopefully, I can get done with these 2 episodes tonight. Let's get into it, man. This is Wrestlemania, Wrestling Life, deep dive, man. I've been doing a deep dive for like the last couple of episodes for Wrestling Life because there's just been so much bullshit going on. I'm sorry to tell y'all that. It's just been so much bullshit going on with Wrestlemania. Where do I start? Let's start like I guess I'll start like this. Shout out. Shout out to all the streamers. Shout out to everybody that stream and watch Friday Night SmackDown because I motherfucking refuse. I fucking refuse. I will not be forced to watch something. I will not because I love wrestling. I will not be forced to watch something that's just absolutely, positively disrespectful as shit to actual wrestling. That show sucks. The beginning of the year is crazy because the first 2 episodes of SmackDown of the new year was actually good. It was actually good. It made sense. Trick Williams debuted the first SmackDown. Matt Cardona came out the second, and you're like, okay, this is what I'm talking about. And it just went the fuck downhill. I don't know what the fuck happened. You had Drew and Cody in the 3 stages of hell. That was good. Like it was like I don't know what the fuck happened. It just SmackDown went to shit, and I don't know what it is. And I do know what it is. You don't put a show, and I've said this numerous times. You don't put a regular TV show on for 3 fucking hours for average fans. Fans that truly love the program, love the company. We lose interest very fast. As much as I want to sit here and say, "Oh man, we don't have short attention spans. People just be making shit up." SmackDown is a hard fucking watch. It is. It's a hard watch. It's just a big ass nothing. You I'm trying to care and I cannot care. I do not give a single solitary fuck about SmackDown. And I said this at the end of last year that SmackDown sucks. So you went and gave them an additional hour. You didn't fix the roster. You just put 2 new people on the roster, really. Trick and Matt Cardona. You really didn't fix the fucking roster. You didn't do anything to improve the roster at all. You put Jordan Grace on SmackDown, great for her, but it's just like, what the fuck did you do? It's like nothing changed. It's like you basically just shot yourself in the foot and you gave them an extra hour. Now, again, this is more so USA Network being like, well, all of our shows don't come back until maybe September, maybe late August, early September. So we need something for the winter, spring months. But man, what is this, 2026? Oh, shit. Um, is the Winter Olympics this year? No, I think the World Cup is this year. Is the World Cup going to be on the USA Network? because we need something to just absolutely put SmackDown back to 2 hours. 2 hours was hard to watch. You gave them an additional hour and expected us to just give a fuck. This is hard, bro. This is difficult. This is a hard watch. I I applaud anybody that takes time out their Friday nights to physically sit and watch Friday Night SmackDown. I can't fucking do it. I there are literally Friday nights where I literally try. I turn on the show for like the first 5 minutes. If it don't capture, it don't get me going in 5 minutes. Like it don't make me feel like okay, there's something. I check the fuck out. I just can't do it. I just can't fucking do it. It's just there's nothing. There's nothing. The main event scene is just nothing. Oh my god, yeah, man. It's this. Yeah, man. This is bad. I mean, I'm watching this. I'm watching this, and I'm saying to myself, there is no way that you watch SmackDown for 3 hours, and I can't be a streamer. That's why I shout you out. I can't be a streamer. If I gotta do what y'all do for 3 hours, I cut the fucking show short. I will be sitting there calling it. I'll be like, this shit sucks. This shit absolutely positively fucking sucks. What the fuck are you watching? Like, I can't. Who the fuck came up with this idea and thought this was a good idea? 3 hour SmackDown is got to be the worst fucking thing they've ever done to WWE, and I've seen some fuck shit. This show sucks. It fucking sucks. It's just nothing. Oh my god! And this WrestleMania season has made it worse. It's made it worse. No rhyme, no reason for why shit is happening. It's just nothing. And when you watch Raw, and Raw's now getting affected because Raw, I didn't think Raw was bad last night, but again, I don't really watch Raw like I used to because I don't really give a fuck about Raw like that. It's insane that as a wrestling fan, I could care less about the two main fucking shows of WWE. I could care less. I do not care. It's insane, man. They I don't know. I have called for this. Just bringing up NXT talent and trying to just fit them in places isn't going to get it done. You need to do a fucking draft. There is no way around this shit. You need to do a draft, bro. Like, there's no reason for this. There's no reason for you to have this bad of a show for 3 hours. There's no reason for me to tune in on a Friday Night SmackDown, and I'm still watching the MFTs and the Wyatt Six have a fucking problem with each other. There's no reason for this. I am to the point now where you should just get rid of Friday nights. If I was the USA Network, I would say I didn't pay for this. I didn't pay to have this. I paid for Friday Night SmackDown. I paid for a show that I know is going to bring in ratings. I paid billions of fucking dollars to keep you on my network. And if I knew you was going to just mill it the fuck in, I would have just let you go to fucking whatever network y'all was getting called. If Friday Night SmackDown was supposed to go to Netflix, I would have just let y'all take this shit to Netflix. I did not pay for this. Every Friday night, now I'm hearing people literally complain about what the fuck is the USA Network putting on TV every Friday night because SmackDown fucking sucks. I did not pay for this. The same average, half-ass, above average ass Raw that you give on Mondays that kind of sort of make you feel like, okay, maybe I could watch this shit. I need that effort. I need that. And yet there's just none of that. It's insane. It's insane. I applaud you streamers for trying to watch this show. But I I cannot do what you do because if I do what you, because again, a lot of you streamers also, I'm not gonna sit there and act like you streamers don't lie. There is times while I'm watching, I feel like a lot of y'all streamers just don't want to be honest. I don't care if you got to connect or not. When you see some bullshit, say it. There is no rhyme or no reason for this show to be this fucking bad. I don't understand how you watch this show and not get offended. I don't understand how you not watch this show as a wrestling fan and not get offended. Like this is, it's embarrassing. It's flat out embarrassing to watch Friday Night SmackDown. It's insane. It, it's bad, man. It's bad. I don't know how to explain it better than just being like, man, SmackDown needs a draft. They need a draft, bro. Like they need just putting NXT people on a roster is not going. If I was getting called up to from NXT and I am WWE, every single fucking person is just going to SmackDown. I don't have time to put you on Raw. Fuck that. SmackDown, you go. There's no reason for you to debate should they go to. No, they're going to SmackDown. They're going to SmackDown. JC Jane, Ricky Saints, Ethan Page, Joe Hendry, JC Jane, Blake Monroe. All y'all going to motherfucking SmackDown. Every single fucking one of you. I need some new ejection of blood in SmackDown because this shit ain't working. And for people that's also sitting here saying, oh man, this is all Triple H's fault. You didn't watch wrestling long enough to know how bad Raw was. Raw had its moments too. Raw back in the day was fucking putrid. I'm talking about like 2019, 2020, 2021, 22. Oh my God, that fucking Raw sucked. Raw sucked. I mean, my God, Raw sucked. Raw was god awful. It was turn your TV off shit. It was bad. 2019 to 2022 Raw was so unfucking watchable. Like I mean, my God, bro. Like like how I felt about SmackDown is how I felt about Raw at that time. Vince McMahon just milled that shit in. He didn't even try, bro. Like he would, bro. You will be watching a show 1 hour, and when Raw was 3 hours, this was when Raw was 3 hours. You will watch a show for 1 hour. It'll be a completely different fucking show by second hour. By the third hour, the first and second hour didn't even happen. The first and second hour didn't even fucking happen. Like it's a completely different fucking show. It's like, bro, these motherfuckers show 3 different shows in 3 hours. Like, what the fuck is this? This is why I say people that sit here and try to pretend like, oh man, this is terrible. It's bad. Don't get it twisted. This is fucking god awful. Don't get it twisted. But man, oh man, was Monday Night Raw in 2019 to 2022 just the worst? I mean, my God. You watching that show, it's 3 different shows. Like you watch 1 hour, it's this. And then somewhere in the middle of the first hour, this shit just changed. And you just like, you got fucking luchadors out there doing fucking lucha parties and shit. You're like, what the fuck is this? You're watching this shit and you're like, this cannot be the same show. You're watching it. You're like, this cannot be the same show. I've never seen a show just switch in 3 hours. Like 1 hour is one thing, 2 hour, the next hour is just a completely different fucking show. And then you go to the third hour, and then the second hour kind of bled into the third, kind of. And when I mean by kind of, I mean physically, kind of. Man, that shit was bad. I've seen some terrible fucking shows. My God. Friday Night SmackDown is just, this is what I want for WWE, bro. One, do a draft. It's time. It's time. I get it. Netflix is paying you a lot of money. Netflix is paying you a lot of fucking money. I fucking get it. But there is a sense of understanding to the company and to the brand that you have to, there's a level of respect to the fan base that needs to be given here. I need a draft, bro. It's been too long for these rosters just to be set in place. And people that keep saying, well, they've kind of done it. I mean, they've done a superstar. Man, fuck that. I need a draft. I need you to physically move the fucking people and keep it that way. This is insane. I need a draft. Second thing I need WWE to do with SmackDown is bring it back to 2 hours. Because at least 2 hours is somewhat watchable. It's somewhat watchable. And again, this is not them because it's the USA Network that's basically forced them to do 3 hours because they're paying them a lot of money to give them a third hour. But this is so unwatchable. So USA Network is 100% also to blame for this shit. Because there's no way in hell you saw people basically talk shit about the 2 hours and said, "Hey, let's give it 3 hours." What? Huh? What'd you say? I'm watching this show and I can't even care. I don't even watch Friday Night SmackDown. I refuse to waste my Friday. I refuse to waste my Friday. I refuse. You can't pay me to watch that shit. You can't pay me. Which brings me to this past Friday. Cody Rhodes, Pat McAfee, Jelly Roll, ready. What the fuck? I am last week I talked about this. I talked about Pat McAfee being added to the Randy Orton Cody Rhodes matchup. I flat out said I did not like the fact that Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton was basically being used to Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton is basically being used for some corporate ass shield. They're basically trying to use some dumb. Listen, man, I can't even get it out because this is so fucking stupid. ESPN is fucking wrong, and of course ESPN is stupid because they don't know what the fuck they're actually doing. The fact that they sat there and flat out said that Pat McAfee, the fact they sat there and said Pat McAfee being inserted into Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton's storyline, basically. The fact that they said Pat McAfee being inserted into Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton's storyline, basically, is the number one WrestleMania storyline. Now, ESPN, I know you fucking lying. I know you fucking lying. I know you fucking lying. Y'all just showed us really what's working, what's really behind the scenes, what's really going on. Because there's not one person on the planet that is sitting there saying that this is a good shit. This is good shit, pal. Nobody's saying this shit. This shit sucks. It fucking sucks. I don't care about these casual fuckers. Fuck these casual fans. They don't know shit. They don't know shit. Us trying to make it seem like they do, they don't. They don't know shit. Facts are, this storyline between Randy and Cody could have been so fucking much better if they just told the fucking story. And this is why I said I did not want this to be a match at Wrestle fucking Mania. Because I know WWE. I know WWE so fucking well, it's fucking scary. I knew WWE was never going to let Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton just be the fucking story. Because it's too easy. It's too fucking simple. They need extra. I do not like this story. I don't like this match. I already had a problem with just Randy and Cody having a match because I'm like, bro, I don't want to watch Randy and Cody. I think what people want to see from these two, we saw the King of the Ring, and that's what I don't think people understand it. We saw this match already. It was at King of the Ring. I am not a fan of this match, and I will always say that. I never wanted to see this match. I wasn't a huge fan of this match. I thought it was stupid to begin with. I was not like everybody else that was clamoring for Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes. Again, I'm not that type of person. I always felt that Drew McIntyre should have walked into WrestleMania as champion. That's just who Drew McIntyre should have walked into WrestleMania as champion. It should have been Drew, Randy, Cody, and Jacob Fatu. That should have been the match. I will die on that hill. I don't give a fuck. That should have been the match. You could have played into the thought process of Randy Orton could turn heel. Him feeling like even though he won the Elimination Chamber, he has the right to be in the fucking title match at WrestleMania. He actually won. You could have done. I want to know how I would have done this. I would have had Drew keep the belt. I would have had Drew keep the belt. I would have had Drew and Randy fight at WrestleMania. I would have had Cody Rhodes and Jacob Fatu insert themselves into that match. I would have had Jacob Fatu, I would have had Jacob Fatu insert himself into Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton's match. I would have had Cody Rhodes insert himself into Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton and Jacob Fatu's match. I would have found so many different ways to make this shit make sense. The fact that we still don't know who the fuck took Jacob Fatu out months ago is insane to me. You still trying to use it as it was Drew. It was Drew. And we know it wasn't fucking Drew. We still don't know who the fuck took Drew McIntyre out. I mean Jacob Fatu out. Who the fuck took Jacob Fatu out? Because I thought it was Randy. And now it's not even Randy. So what are we doing? You could have used that storyline, that to catapult Jacob into the story. It's easy to put Cody in a title match, bro. It's very fucking easy to put Cody in that title match between Drew and Randy. And Randy would have been a guy that was basically the backseat driver. He basically is watching Cody Rhodes get into the title match. He's basically watching Jacob Fatu get in the title match. And he's like, I'm the one that actually fucking won the damn chamber. I'm supposed to be in this title match. There was ways you could. People forget Nick Aldis and Randy Orton has had their problems in the past as well. Randy Orton used to RKO Nick Aldis like it was fucking happy hour. There was ways you could have told this fucking story. And instead, you didn't fucking do that. You went with the dumbest decision. And putting TKO in this shit, whatever the case may be, Booker, whatever the fucking case may be. This was a stupid story. I was never a fan of this match. I was never a fan of this decision. I said Drew should have walked into WrestleMania as champion. And it should have been Jacob, Randy, and Cody. That should have been the match. Randy feels that he is completely and utterly fucked over in this situation. You could have built a story with him and Cody being told. You could still have the Jacob and Drew shit going on. But then you would have all those situations interacting with one another. Like you already was kind of starting to tell. And it's like you just didn't want to do that. And I don't understand why the fuck you didn't do that. And I get it. Like I said last year, it was just a bunch of fucking multi-man matches. I get that. but you actually had a genuine story being told, and you could have told it, and you chose not to fucking do it. And I'm just flabbergasted at the fact that you had it and you chose not to do it. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. I don't understand why you would do that. Yeah, I'm not a yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this. I think this is god awful. And then they still chose to keep this situation going on. Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu would have worked perfectly in this storyline. They would have been better than fucking Jelly Roll and fucking Pat McAfee. I tell you that fucking much. It would actually make more fucking sense if they did it that way. Pat McAfee cutting promos by himself. Nobody's telling him what to say. He's just going out there and just saying whatever. Is some of the worst television that I'm seeing in clips I've ever seen in my life. Nobody's checking this dude. Nobody's saying, hey man, listen, this is what you should say. But you're trying to give off the realization of the story. And the problem is that he isn't of the story. He doesn't fit the story, man. And at the fact, in a matter of, and at the end of the day, when you don't fit a story, I don't give a shit how many times you try to come out here and say, I'm speaking for the people. Who? Who's the people you speaking for, motherfucker? I'm not asking you to do none of them. I did not need you for this story. I don't know why the fuck TKO is so fucking factuated with Hollywood celebrities, and I wouldn't even say Pat's a fucking Hollywood celebrity. I don't know what is so fucking factuated with people that's outside of the wrestling world trying to be put into the wrestling world. I don't get it. We don't need all that. I don't understand. Like, bro, I get it. Your money, money. Fuck the money. The money will come if you let them just tell the fucking story. You want to know why Roman Reigns became one of the biggest draws? Because he had a fucking story. He had a story. He had an actual, genuine fucking story that we tuned in every week and watched. That's not what we're getting. We got people out here doing fucking promos on 25% discounts on Wrestlemania tickets and fucking country music stars getting beat up in the back. Like, the fuck are we doing, bro? Oh my god. This match sucks. It's everything that I thought it would be. I didn't want to see Cody and Randy go one on one. I didn't. I think a lot of people that scream for this match, I'm like, bro, you could have watched that King of the Ring. You go pull it up on Netflix right now and go watch it at King of the Ring. We just had this match. People that's obsessed with this match, oh man, Cody and Randy, never before. It did happen. It happened just recently, motherfucker. What are you talking about? This match is just, I just don't care. This is the night one main event, and it should be the night one opener. Uh, this is a main. This is the night one main event, and it should be the night one opener. Liv and Stephanie. I'm trying to see what y'all see. I'm trying to care about this situation like y'all care about this situation. I'm trying to do what y'all are doing. I'm trying to jump out the window like y'all are jumping out the window. I flat out just don't give a fuck. I, I don't give a fuck. And I'm starting to realize I don't give a fuck. Listen, man. Shout out to Liv. Shout out to Stephanie Van. They have tried. They have flat out tried to tell a story, and I respect it. I respect it. I respect their trying. But what's the story? All I see is basically the two women beating the shit out of each other. That's not bad. I'm not against it. But what the fuck is the story? What's the story? You see, just because the longer the build doesn't mean the more intriguing the story is. They had since the Royal Rumble to tell this fucking story. And they have not told a fucking genuine story. They tried this. Stephanie took the hard route, and Liv was just a WWE superstar, and Stephanie's an actual real professional wrestler. They tried that. They tried to do the Dominic Mysterio in the middle of this shit storyline. That shit sucked. Now Liv's just out there calling her mom trash and shit. It's like, what the fuck is this? You see, like I said last week, man, this shit get y'all hyped. This shit don't get me hyped. I could care less about this fucking story. I could care less about this match. Will it be good? Better than Rhea and Jade, who have absolutely no reason to fight each other. Rhea and Jade is disrespectful as shit. Like I don't know why they felt like this was a good idea. I get it. You basically killed two titles, three, if you actually count it, three titles with one move. Oh, Brandon, you just said, okay. What the fuck are you talking about? They killed three titles with one move, taking the belts off of Rhea and Io. I said that was gonna bite them in the ass, and nobody. I said this is a stupid fucking decision. Putting Rhea in a title match that means absolutely nothing, just because she has a name. That name shit is what fucking dooms WWE. I don't give a fuck what you believe. You took the belts off of Rhea and Io, who was actually making the belts more presentable, more seen to the masses. You had took the belts off of Io, who's one of the best women's wrestlers and deserves to be at WrestleMania, and Rhea, who actually was finally being used in a position that was actually working for her. She's not back being this solo, I could do it on my own fucking girl. She's back to being like, nah, I got Io, I got somebody that got my back and I got theirs. Boom, it was a perfect story. And yet you said, no, fuck that. Let's now go with Rhea to go against Jade, who have no. By the way, they had a whole Twitter problem. Twitter, they had a whole same thing with Stephanie and Liv. They just dropped shit, bro. Jade and Rhea had a whole Twitter situation. The first week they had a promo battle against each other. That shit was killed instantly. What the fuck are we doing this match for then? They just it was so fucking stupid. They just completely they went out there and started talking about each other's bodies and shit. I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about, bro? Bro, this shit sucks. Do I think Liv and Stephanie have had a better arc of a story? I guess, yeah, better than Jade and Rhea. Fuck yeah. But let's not get shit twisted, bro. Like I said, that shit gets y'all hyped. That shit don't get me hyped, bro. At the end of the day, do I think Rhea and Jade deserve to be at WrestleMania? Fuck no. That match sucks. It's not gonna be good. They won't mesh in the ring. I think if that shit goes past 10 minutes, I'll be surprised. If that if that shit goes past 10 minutes, I'll be surprised. I'll be fucking surprised. There's no reason to have this match. I don't think Rhea versus Jade needs to happen. There is no reason for this match. I get it. You basically knew this is supposed to be Jade and Bianca. We all know this. This is supposed to be Jade and Bianca. We know this, obviously. We know it's supposed to be Jade and Bianca. We know this. But now that Bianca being off of the table didn't make you have to go find the bigger name. You had a woman on the roster that would have helped build Jade, tell a story somewhat, and I would actually be looking forward to the match, shockingly enough. And that's Charlotte. And I know a lot of people are saying this now, but Jade and Charlotte have more of an understanding of what the story could have been than fucking Jade and Rhea. Like, it's insane to have a story that has nothing. And yet, you know what this feels like? This feels like War Raiders in New Day last year. This feels like the War Raiders versus the New Day. It feels like it just is a big fat fucking nothing. They've tried to tell a story. They've tried. And it's just nothing. It's nothing. Stephanie and Liv is more tense. It's more physical. But they ain't got no fucking story either. The fuck is the story there? What? Stephanie gave Liv a concussion? Stephanie gave Liv a concussion? Like, like I said, bro, the longer this story was, it's like they chose to just it's I don't oh my god. To be honest, I don't know who wins. This is actually the most toss up, Stephanie and Liv. Because Liv should win. Liv should win. Like Liv should win. Obviously, Liv should win. Liv should win, obviously. But if you want to tell an actual story, I would have Raquel screw her. I would have Raquel screw Liv. Or have Raquel and Roxanne both fighting over. How Dom lost the Intercontinental Championship is how Liv should lose the World Heavyweight title match at WrestleMania. Raquel and Roxanne are fighting over the title, and they're basically like, no, let Liv, like Roxanne's like, no, like I need to give it a belt. And Raquel's like, no, let her do this on her own. She needs to learn how to win this belt on her own. But I have said that if they were going to do this, if Liv is going to win the title, then Raquel needs to win the Queen of the Ring. Raquel and Liv need to have a match over SummerSlam. Raquel needs to be Liv. The problem with that is I don't know what the fuck they're going to do. And that's the problem. And like I said, this is why I say a draft would work. Because then you can move Stephanie off of Raw and put her on SmackDown. She would work better on SmackDown than fucking Rhea Ripley would. Yeah, I don't know what you do. That's a toss up. Crazy as it is a toss up. It is a toss up. Would Rhea and Jay should win. There's no reason to give the belt to Rhea. I know when I first did this, I said Rhea should beat Jade. But now that we've gotten to this point, there's no rhyme or reason to keep the belt on to take the belt off of Jade. Why? Now, again, the only reason why you would do it is basically to take the belt off of Jade so Rhea can have it until you get full clearance that Bianca's coming back. And when Bianca comes back, then Bianca's going to beat Rhea. And she's going to take the belt from Rhea. And then you're just basically going to run back the Jade Bianca shit that you want to do this year. You just do it next year. But why do all that work? is what I'm trying to get to. But you could do it. I mean, I'm not against you putting the belt on Rhea. I'm just trying to figure this part out. Is like, why the fuck would you do it? But putting Rhea back on Raw, especially if Liv wins the title. I love Liv and Rhea together, but it's just like you're basically doing the same match over. Rhea's coming for a title, but putting Rhea in this is fucking hard. Hold on, man, because now I'm thinking about it. I feel like you gotta put the belt. I feel like you gotta put the belt on. I feel like you have to put the belt on Rhea. And it sounds insane to say that, right? Because they have no fucking story. They're like, I'm going over in my head. I'm thinking about it. Putting the belt on Liv would instantly trigger Rhea to come back. Excuse me. But the story that you're trying to tell is Liv and Raquel. What the fuck is the point of bringing Rhea back to put her on Raw? Because we all know Rhea's not going to just not want to go up against Liv and take the belt. That's the fucking problem. Because now, oh my God, I think Rhea's going to win. I think Rhea's going to win. I think Rhea's going to win. Because I'm thinking from the perspective of the booking, right? Liv beats Steph. But let's say Stephanie beats Liv. You can do Rhea and Liv at SummerSlam. You can do it at SummerSlam. I think because that's the only other option you have is that basically Rhea's either walking into SummerSlam as champion or she's walking in as challenger. But at the end of the day, she's going in to fight for a title, to defend one or to fight for one. And that's where the fuck the problem lies, right? If you are a person that's against this, real shit. I'm not against it, but I do feel like you're putting yourself into a situation where and it's the problem with the booking that you have done because now it's like Jay kind of has to beat Rhea, right? But if you give Rhea the belt, it saves you from having to book her on Raw. Because on Raw, she instantly gets put back into the title picture. Because there's no way in hell you're not going to tell a story. Because, oh my God, Saturday's going to set up a lot of shit. Because Saturday's going to show us if Liv loses to Stephanie, then Rhea needs to lose to Jade Sunday. There's no way around that. Rhea needs to lose to Jade. Because the money match on Raw is Stephanie and Rhea. We know that. Do you do that at next year's WrestleMania, or do you do this now at SummerSlam? Which I think you do it at SummerSlam. Because why waste all this time? You took the belt, you didn't give it to Liv, you might as well do the fucking match at SummerSlam. It doesn't make sense. But does that mean Rhea wins Queen of the Ring? Now that's where the fuck the problem is. Because if Bianca is back, then Bianca needs to win Queen of the Ring. And Bianca needs to fight Jade. Because Rhea could just end up in a situation, and then you have still the Io and Rhea tie, which is Rhea's never beaten Io. Rhea's never beaten Io. Even though they're cool, that's still a thing that it will play out at some point again. Fuck, I am confused. Holy shit, I just confused myself. Holy fuck. Because, like I said, it is a toss up. Because if Liv beats Stephanie, Rhea needs to be Jade. Because it makes no sense to put Rhea back on Raw. It makes no sense. Like if Liv beats Stephanie, she needs to stay on SmackDown. But if Stephanie beats Liv, then Rhea needs to lose to Jade. It's insane to think about it. That's insane. That shit triggers each other. Because think about it. Like if you're thinking about it from the perspective of if you are booking the show, you got to book this shit 6 months out, right? SummerSlam is the next big event. the next big PLE, the next big moment. But you also got to book Queen of the Ring. If Bianca is back by time of Queen of the Ring, and we don't also know who's going to be popular around that time. Kiana James can become popular, massively over, right? Julia could finally get popular and be massively over. There's a lot of Tiffany could finally get back to that position. There's a lot of Lash can take off. Soruka could be on the main roster killing it. JC Jane could be the one. There's a lot of people we don't know that could end up in a good position. But if you're from the perspective of thinking it out, the next big match for Stephanie, if she beats Liv, is Rhea. That's the next big match. That is the title match that you want to see. And that's a story there. Stephanie beat Io. But we know Rhea can't beat Io. But Rhea beat Stephanie. So how do you tell that story? But if Liv beats Stephanie, Rhea has to win the WWE Women's title. She has to. Because it makes no sense to put her back on Raw. Because you already exhausted all of that story. Liv and on top of it, Liv is fighting Raquel. We know this. We know this is happening at SummerSlam. That is going to be the match, ladies and gentlemen. If you do not know this, that is the match. That is the next fucking rivalry. At some point, Raquel and Liv are going to go one-on-one, and they're going to fight for the fucking title. And that's because Liv is going to beat Stephanie. And that is going to trigger Raquel to be like, so you took me out the Royal Rumble. Because there's a story, by the way, they still have not fucking told. Liv took Raquel out the Royal Rumble forcefully. She chose to eliminate Raquel Rodriguez. She took out the Royal Rumble, took a spot, took a fucking title. She took the opportunity to fight Stephanie. She beat Stephanie. Why would you not think that Raquel's looking at this shit and thinking in her head like, I gotta get mine. I gotta get mine. Maybe you let her, and I've said this, take a page out of the AEW playbook. It's not wrong to take a page out of their playbook. I know people are gonna get mad at it, but it's not wrong to do it. When Mariah May, now Blake Monroe, won the Owen Hart Cup, and she turned on Toni Storm. That's what the fuck you need to do with Liv and Raquel. You need to do that with Liv and Raquel. That's how the fuck you get us. We're already there. That just pushes it in overdrive. Because if Raquel beat the shit out of Liv, and she's bigger, tall, we already know this. She beats the shit out of Liv and leave her. You ain't got to turn into a bloody mess like they did Toni Storm. But looking at what Liv was last night, it's not a far stretch to do it. like turn into a fucking crazy person. It's not that far a stretch to do it. I would have Liv. Everything goes from Saturday. Because if Liv beats Stephanie, it makes no sense to put Rhea back on Raw. It makes no sense. Like, what are you putting on Raw for? Why are you doing it? Outside of basically just teaming her back up with Io, she has no reason to be on Raw. Now, if you're going to put her in the Intercontinental title match picture, all right, then that's a different conversation. But if Liv beats Stephanie, Rhea needs to be Jade. But if Stephanie beats Liv, then Jade needs to beat Rhea. Because again, if you're expecting Bianca to come back before SummerSlam, then you don't need Rhea there. Because you already going to tell a story. It's already a match. You can do Bianca and Jade. Now, where WWE gets fucked up sometimes is they try to overdo it. They try to overbook the situation. They try to overanalyze shit instead of just doing the simple. Just do the simple. We are cool with the simple. We don't need you to waste 6, 7, 8 months of storytelling. Just to then say, oh, we're gonna have the match at WrestleMania next year. Fuck that. No, 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 no. Let's just get the match done now. And if you want to then maybe make sense of it next year for WrestleMania, we can make it make sense next year. Like Io and Rhea. You beat me here, you beat me at, SummerSlam, and then you beat me, let's say at Survivor Series or some shit. And that's how we get to this situation. But at the end of the day, I feel like trying to tell this story. I feel like it triggers each other, right? Like I truly feel like it triggers each other. I feel like Stephanie beats Liv. If Stephanie beats Liv, then Rhea needs to lose to Jade. If Liv beats Stephanie, then Rhea needs to be Jade. Because and I know people gonna sit there and say, well, what if Rhea just stays on SmackDown? If she loses, what the fuck is the point? Why is she staying on SmackDown? The point of her being on SmackDown is to fight Jade for a title. But she loses at WrestleMania. So the reason to stay on SmackDown doesn't make sense anymore. I don't think people understand that. Like, I don't think people understand that. Like, if it doesn't make sense to keep Rhea on SmackDown because she lost. What's the point of keeping her on SmackDown? I get that you might sit there and think, okay, yeah, I don't see the point of keeping Rhea on fucking SmackDown if she loses to Jade. What's the point? She has no real reason to be on SmackDown outside of I'm fighting Jade. Like, I don't think people understand that. She has no reason to be on SmackDown outside of the fact that I'm fighting Jade, and that's it. But if that's an interesting thing. Saturday is going to be an interesting one because again, like I said, like that triggers each other. As crazy as that sounds, it triggers each other. Like if Liv beats Stephanie, Rhea has to get moved back to Raw. Like no, if Liv beats Stephanie, keep Rhea on SmackDown. How you keep Rhea on SmackDown by her beating Jade. But if Stephanie beats Liv, then you can move Rhea back to Raw and have that be a story, right? Like have that be the story because the next big match is Stephanie and Rhea. Now a lot of people say, well, you also said, what about Jade, Rhea, and Bianca? I don't think you're gonna do Rhea and Bianca before you do Jade and Bianca. I think Jade and Bianca is going to happen first before you do Rhea and Bianca, and that's just how I would do it. I would not put no damn Rhea and Bianca in the ring at SummerSlam and then turn around and be like, let me do Jade and Bianca at WrestleMania 43. That's stupid. No. If you wanted to do Rhea and Bianca at WrestleMania 43 next year, I'm all for it. I'm all fucking for it. But that's next year. Rhea should not win the belt and then have. But if you keep Rhea on SmackDown, then Bianca and Rhea is going to happen at SummerSlam because it's well, it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to, which is insane to say. It doesn't have to because that's one of those get out of jail free cards, right? Where you can Ruka could come out of nowhere and become the new number one contender. And if you do Ruka versus Rhea, I'll take that match right now. Just to save Rhea and Bianca for WrestleMania 43. I'm cool with that. Now people sit there and say, what about Jade and Bianca? Well, that's a one-on-one match. You can still do that at SummerSlam. That doesn't need a title. It doesn't need a title. You can still do that match without the title being on the line. They have history. They don't need a title. You can do that match still. Bianca could be at home and be like, "I'm watching you how you've been moving." And by the way, we still don't know when Naomi is coming back. So Naomi could come back maybe around. Does Naomi drop the belt at the SummerSlam last year? At the SummerSlam last year, yeah, she did the match with Rhea and Io. And I think maybe the week or the second week after that, she dropped the belt. She dropped the belt. Yeah, she dropped the belt and said, "Yeah, yeah." So we don't know when. We don't know when Naomi coming back. Hey, hey, man, listen, SummerSlam might be the fucking event to watch, man. Naomi might pop the fuck up. We don't know, man. We don't know, man. But yeah, yeah. Roman and Punk. Roman and Punk. I'm gonna be honest. I actually liked the promo last night that they cut against each other. You know, a lot of people don't. They wanted more. They wanted something, super crazy. They wanted more of the two of them to, go crazy against each other. I said this last week. What more could you get from these two? What more could you have gotten from these two? I didn't understand what people wanted from these two men last night. I don't understand what you wanted. I think that people are trying to say, "Ah, man, they could have went a little bit harder." I don't know what you wanted from these two men last night. I said this flat out, bro. After you beat the living shit out of each other for the last couple of weeks, the only thing left to do was either tell Roman not to show the fuck up on Monday Night Raw, or to do what they did, which is basically tell the truth, right? Punk actually admitting, I envy Roman. I envy the fact that you have main evented so many WrestleManias and you didn't have to do shit to do it. You just basically got gifted WrestleManias on a fucking silver platter and you didn't have to do shit to get it. Roman actually admitting, your connection with the fans do piss me off. I wish that when it's all said and done in my career, that when we look back at my career, I can have 10 years of me not being here and the fans will still change my fucking name. That is the best thing you could have asked for. I don't know why people wanted them to still go out there and beat the shit out of each other. Like, bro, we've surpassed that. I don't think people understand that. We have surpassed that. That is why I don't, like I said, I don't get hyped with the Liv and Stephanie shit because I've already seen it. I've seen this shit. Bro, when you got 7 different fucking storylines and every fucking one of them are pull apart brawls, how could you care about one other fucking pull apart brawl, bro? Like, I don't care. Like, bro, it's so much shit going, bro. Every fucking storyline is a pull apart fucking brawl. Brock and Oba, Rocket over, fucking Usos and LA Knight and Show Speed and Austin fucking Theory and Logan Paul. It's a fucking pull apart brawl with Seth Rollins and Gunther. It's a pull apart brawl over here with Cody and Randy. It's a pull apart brawl with Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu. It's a pull apart brawl with Rhea and Jay. It's like what the bro? It's not all of this shit needs to be a pull apart brawl, my brother. Like what the fuck? Why do you think this shit's exciting? Why? That's just a cover up for motherfuckers that can't tell a story. Like I said, y'all get excited with the bare fucking minimum, and you expect me to sit here and say the same shit that you are saying. No, I won't. So what happened last night was the best thing they could have fucking asked for. You know why? Because at the end of the fucking day, they've already said everything they could say to each other. They've already beat the shit out of each other. What more could you fucking want now? There's nothing left to do. You've done everything. You've physically done everything. What the fuck else could you do? And people don't want to hear that. It's like they've done everything. They beat the shit out of each other. They've literally put each other through a fucking announce tables. Bro, what the? They put each other through announce tables. This man has evoked his. This man has talked about his father. This man is. He's talked about his father. He's. What the fuck else do you want this fucking feud to be? Roman Reigns' fat out said, I hate you. The moment the fucking feud started, he told him, I hate you. What more do you want? There was nothing left to tell. There was nothing left to be uttered except the truth. Do I believe that is the truth? I do. I think Punk really does feel that way. You can hear it in Punk when Punk has said things. Punk has flat out said, talked about it. If you know Punk, if you watch Punk's career, Punk has been literally a misfit. This is not something that just he made up on the spot. Like about Punk's real life. What Punk said was 100% true. So him saying, yeah, I kind of do neglect. I I do not like Roman Reigns because he was born into a wrestling family. He was born into to a wrestling structure. He didn't have to do shit. It was just given to him. I believe him. When Roman says, "I hate you because these people have always cheered you, even when you wasn't fucking here for a decade, they've always cheered you, and I can't understand why they love you so much. But I hope one day when I'm done, when I'm not here, they do the same shit for me, cheer for me for 10 fucking years, for years to come." I believe that. I believe that. The one thing I have been asking for is a story. That's all I've been asking for is a story. I've been asking for a story. Why are you two fighting? Why did Roman pick you for the title? Why? Why does Roman want the World Heavyweight Championship, which he, by the way, still never fucking explained? Why does he want the title? Why does he want to be the World Heavyweight Champion when he flat out said, it is a secondary title. It is for the loser's bracket. Never explained why that happened. I believe that story. I believe that what they did last night. People that said, man, I was kind of underwhelmed by that shit. I wanted more. I don't know why. They've literally beat the shit out of each other. What more could you ever ask for? After you just seen 2, 3 different pull apart brawls on Monday Night Raw last night, you had the opening fucking match. Laura and Charlotte. They ended up pushing each other after the fucking match and almost had to get separated. It's like, what the bruh? You had the fucking you had Rusev beat the shit out of all the damn competitors in the ladder match. And they had to bring people out to stop him. You had Gunther and Seth beat the shit out of each other. It's like, bro, what the fuck are we doing? For me, when it comes to when it comes to Punk and Roman, Punk needs to keep the belt. I will not falter on this decision. Punk needs to keep the belt. Punk needs to keep the belt. There's I get people that sitting there saying, "Ah, man, Roman needs to win the belt back." I can make more of an excuse for why Punk needs to keep the belt than Roman winning it. Roman winning the title would make no fucking sense. The only match left for Roman to have is Gunther. And you say, well, Ober and Braun. Yeah, but I don't want to see that shit. I don't want to see that shit. And you can say the same thing about Punk. Punk doesn't really have anybody left to fight. He's already fought Finn. He's already fought Braun. He's already fought He's already fought Jey Uso. God almighty. He's already fought these guys. So who else could he fight? LA Knight. He beat Gunther once. They never really told a proper story with that rivalry, by the way, either. I would actually enjoy having a Gunther and Punk actual rivalry. That would be actually good. I would prefer that, actually. But I can't do Roman again. I can't fucking do it, bro. I refuse I refuse to watch Roman Reigns have another long title run. I fucking refuse. I refuse. I I can't fucking do it. I can't physically sit there and watch this shit. Roman does not deserve to be champion again. What the fuck has he done? Fuck the past. See, that's what and I know people gonna sit there and say, well, he's the reason for shut the fuck up. I'm talking about now. Fuck the past. Now. What has he done now that makes you think he should be champion again? What? What has he done? He's barely fucking there. He can't cut fucking promos. What has he done? Y'all just want the fucking nostalgia shit. You don't want nobody else to grow. You just want the same old shit. Roman should not beat CM Punk. I don't give a fuck what you both fucking hope, believe, or pray on. Roman should not beat CM Punk. There's no reason for it. If you do that, you basically just told every fucking person you don't know how to tell a fucking story. So you just went right back to the bullshit that you already know. There's got to be better, man. You got to do better, man. There's no reason for this shit. There's no reason for this shit. Punk needs to be Roman, bro. Punk needs to be Roman. And I get people that wants to sit there and say, Roman needs to be Punk. No. Punk needs to beat Roman, bro. And that is why I say if you do a fucking draft, we can get new fucking challengers for fucking Punk. But the problem with Roman winning the fucking belt is that Roman's already fucking beat everybody. He beat him the first time he was the long reigning champion. So you basically, again, you're going, because again, I said this again. What the fuck do you do with Roman if he wins the belt? Because we already know he's taking a fucking break. We already know it. If Roman wins the belt Monday night, if Roman wins the belt Sunday at WrestleMania, then I want the next night Obafemi to come out and whoop his ass and take the belt. That's the only way this shit makes sense to me, personally. If Roman Reigns beats CM Punk Sunday night at WrestleMania, then the next fucking night, I want Obafemi to come out and beat the shit out of Roman Reigns and take the fucking belt from him. I don't give a fuck. You want me to care? You want me to actually make sense of this? Okay. Excuse me. You want me to make sense of this? You want me to care? Okay. I care about it. As long as Obafemi beats Roman Reigns the next night on Monday Night Raw. You get Roman to be champion for 24 hours. Obafemi comes out and beats his ass and takes the belt. I'm the conqueror's conqueror. He does all that he did last night, and you do it against Roman. And Roman's sitting there like, yeah, I heard about you. Yeah, all right. You want to do this? Then let's do this. And they have a match, and Oba beats Roman. Because having the belt on Rome, having the belt on Roman Reigns at this stage in wrestling, at this point in WWE booking, is just fucking stupid and it's detrimental to your booking. You're physically going backwards. And by the way, for everybody that's sitting there talking about some Roman Reigns is just exposed CM Punk as a hypocrite. Roman Reigns is nothing more than TKO's bitch. And if he wins Sunday, that's basically what it is. Speaking of Obafemi, my brother. Let me explain something to people that don't understand something. I have been saying Obafemi is the future of wrestling, the future of WWE for like couple months now. Couple months now. I've been saying this since like September, October of last year. Shit, I've been saying that probably for a whole year, to be honest with you. Probably been saying it for a whole fucking year, to be honest with you. Oba last night cut a promo. They gave him the mic. Cut a promo, bro. Cut a promo. Got the microphone and cut a fucking promo. You see, this is why I have said repeatedly, Javon Evans is what y'all think Dominic Mysterio is. Trick Williams is what y'all think Logan Paul is. And Oba Femi is what y'all think Braun Breaker is. It doesn't take multiple promos. It doesn't take multiple times for you to know who the fuck the guy is. It don't take all that. It takes one. One night with a microphone in your hand, everybody listening. It takes one. And Oba last night basically just showed y'all all why he's the guy. It took one promo. It took one. You see, this is the problem with fans nowadays. Y'all. I saw a lot of people in certain people's comments being like, man, Oba ain't like that. Man, I don't like Oba like that. Man, I don't know. I don't see it. Good. That's good. I'm happy that you don't see it because most of us fucking do. And that's insane to say that I'm actually in the majority. But before the majority happened, I was already saying Oba is the actual fucking guy. I was saying this. I was saying this when he was in fucking NXT. I was saying Oba's the fucking guy. Anybody that doesn't understand that, I don't know what the fuck you watching. Oba is the fucking guy. Last night just proved it to everybody else. But to me, I already fucking knew it. I already fucking knew it. Which brings me to what should happen. Last night, 100% officially, basically forced WWE into basically a obvious decision. We already knew this, but it is officially obvious now. Oba needs to be Brock. There's no way around this shit. I don't give a fuck what TKO want. They could rest in piss as much as I care. At this moment in my goddamn life, they could rest in piss. I don't give a shit about the boys. Oba Femi, if he doesn't beat Brock Lesnar after last fucking night, I said this when the man started beating the shit out of Brock. I literally said this shit. Dumbasses try to sit there and be like, oh, no, he could lose to Brock. No, he can't. No, he can't. There is no way around this anymore. Oba needs to beat Brock. Oba needs to beat Brock. If he does not win Sunday, you single-handedly just killed that man's career. I said that then, I'ma say it now. If that man don't win Sunday, you fucking just killed his fucking career and you didn't even fucking give him a chance. You don't do no shit like that. You don't get the crowd invested in someone just to have them go into a WrestleMania against a man who doesn't even need it. Who doesn't even need the fucking match. There's nothing that Brock needs. Brock don't need the fucking title. I mean, title, Lord of mercy. Brock don't need the fucking match, bro. It feels like a title because if Oba loses, you just killed his fucking aura, bro. You just killed it. For what reason? For what fucking reason? So Brock could go into his last match and get his ass whooped by Gunther? It's like, what are we doing, bro? I don't understand this shit. Oba needs to beat Brock. There is no way around this anymore. If Oba does not beat Brock, you just fucking killed this man's fucking push before it even started. I'm cool with Brock giving him a couple F5s, German suplexes, think he's got it done, and Oba kicks out. And you're just like, oh, shit. I'm cool with Oba and Brock having a actual, genuine 5 to 10 minute match. I'm cool with that. But the results better fucking be Oba Femi beats Brock Lesnar. I don't give a fuck how it's got to get done, but it better be that. I ain't gonna say I talk about this. I talked about this with my brother Ryan Gray. Seth Rollins versus Gunther. This is going to be the match of the night. I don't give a shit what night is on. It's the match of the card. It's the match of WrestleMania. It's going to be. I don't think people understand how good these two men are in the ring. I don't think people understand how good these two men are in the ring and the in-ring capacity. Story. I mean, they didn't even have a story, and they just threw some shit to a wall and made a story out of it. I am looking super forward to this match. Ah, man, these are two of my favorite wrestlers in the business today. These are my two favorite wrestlers. I am looking super forward to this match. I can't wait for this fucking match. Who wins? Gunther's gonna win. Gunther has to win. Gunther has to win. Gunther has to win. And that's why I say it's not bad for Gunther and Punk to have a rematch at some point. It's not bad because you need to do it. But if Gunther goes into and this is what I feel, Gunther goes into Gunther be set because of Braun Breaker. Start that story back up. Gunther be set because of Braun Breaker. Gunther wins, but then you have Gunther go kind of like same thing with Oba. Go on his tear, trying to get the World Heavyweight title back, but Brock Lesnar screws him because he basically tells Paul Heyman, my favor is Brock. I want Brock. I saw what happened to him at WrestleMania. He can be beat. You see how that now plays into it? I saw what happened to him at WrestleMania. He can be beat. You see what Oba did to him. What Oba did to him. Well, hell in comparison to what the fuck I'm going to do to him. Give me Brock. Brock catch win of this. And he's like, oh, really? Okay, cool. Comes back and just fucks Gunther up. Sets it on a path of it's on now. You don't have to do too much. Just like you had to do too much with Gunther and Oba and Brock. You ain't got to do too much. It sets up the story. It's great. It's awesome. We're going to love it. But I am looking forward to Seth versus Gunther. I think anybody that knows wrestling, really fucks with wrestling, loves wrestling, knows that this is probably going to be the match of the fucking event. The entire event is going to be basically these two men. And that's going to probably be the best match. No story at all. They tried to tell one last night, which was okay, decent. But I'm looking forward to this match, man. And as I close this out, as official. All right. So Sunday, I will be right here after WrestleMania Night 1 and 2 to do my rate and review show. I just got to write down a match card. I'm still waiting to see if they're going to add a 7 match to Sunday. Having 6 matches on Sunday seems a little fucking weird. I don't know why. And I actually like odd numbers. I mean, even odd numbers. Lord have mercy, Jesus Christ. Even numbers. I actually like even numbers, which is fucking weird because my brother's an odd number. But I like even numbers. But having 6 on Sunday and 7 on Saturday, it's a little weird. But I can also see why they probably would keep it that way because they also know people got to go to work tomorrow on Monday, and they probably don't want to keep people out that fucking late. But also, if you are coming in Vegas, if you come into Vegas to watch WrestleMania, I'm pretty fucking sure you ain't got work on Monday. So yeah, but like I said, I got to write down a match card for both of these nights, and then after that, zone Saturday, Sunday, WrestleMania Night 1 and 2, rate and review show. So if you like if you like what I do, I feel like there's gonna be another rant coming. I don't know what, when, or where, but it's gonna be a rant coming somewhere. I know somewhere a match is gonna be like, you know what, fuck this shit, and this is gonna be me just going in. Might be the main event. Might might just be the motherfucking main event. I'm gonna be honest with you. Might be the main event. Um, but yeah, but that is all. That is all. Talk to you guys this weekend for Wrestling Life. Rate and review show WrestleMania Night 1 and 2. Till next time, I am Brandon Janeau. Peace.